welcome to another episode of Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. And let's get right to it. So, Issiac Holt, okay, played for the Minnesota Vikings and later on the Dallas Cowboys, okay. So, he was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in 1985, okay. So, in his rookie year, he had 25 tackles and 1 interception, 2 passes defended. And so he was named the starter in 1986. 1987, he had a knee injury and played in only 9 games. You remember the playoff game where Minnesota upset San Francisco 38-24. Issiac Holt held Jerry Rice to 3 receptions, okay? And so at the start of the 89 season, he was playing well for Minnesota and had a 90-yard interception return touchdown versus the Detroit Lions early in the 89 season. But as you know, 5 games into the 89 season, Jimmy Johnson trades Herschel Walker. And in return, Jesse Solomon, Issiac Holt, Darren Howard, I think he got a guy named Darren Nelson, Alex Stewart. Out of all the players that the Cowboys traded Herschel Walker for, only 2 remained on the 1990 roster: Jesse Solomon and Issiac Holt. Okay, so those were the only 2 players from the overhaul of players that they got, and Jimmy knew that he was gonna cut those players and take the picks. Although he did not cut Jesse Solomon and Issiac Holt, he almost cut Issiac Holt though. He almost did, but he decided against it. He comes over to the Cowboys. He only started 1 game out of the 5 games that he played for the Dallas Cowboys. Jimmy sabotaged the season, okay? If you know who I'm talking about. He said this, and he said this for her. He said this his own stuff. He said he wasn't going to start those players he got from the Vikings, even though they knew they were better than what the Cowboys had, because Jimmy knew he was going to cut those players and take his out and take the pick. Okay. So as a result, Dallas won in 15. Before the season, he had 1 interception, 2 passes defended. Started one game. Had 5 tackles for the had 5 tackles for the Cowboys after coming over to the Cowboys. Let's see. So he returns in 1990. He had 53 tackles, 3 interceptions, 18 passes defended, and 2 blocked punts. One of those blocked punts was against the Philadelphia Eagles at home. One of the 3 interceptions that he had was when he picked off Vinny Testaverde in Tampa Bay and took it to the house. So in 1991, 53 tackles, 4 interceptions, 21 passes defended, and 1 blocked punt. But it was around 1991 where he began to get beat a lot. Where Issiac Holt began to get beat a lot, okay? Because it was because the Cowboys still had Maheny Hendricks as a starter. Then 4 games into the 1991 season, I think 4 or 5 games into the 1991 season, Larry Brown took that spot. Larry Brown took that spot from Manny Hendricks, okay? And so Issiac Holt was a beatable corner, okay? I can remember last game of the season, Michael Haynes beat Issiac Holt for a long touchdown. I remember the game they had against the New York Giants at home, where Jeff Hostetler was just consistently picking on Issiac Holt the whole game. Now, what happened was Hostetler got greedy at the end of the game and Holt ended up making the game-winning interception. Okay? So that sort of reminds me when the Cowboys were playing the Rams back in 2014, and the Rams quarterback was picking on Morris Claiborne the whole game. Morris Claiborne was just getting beat the whole game. And the Rams quarterback, he got a little greedy, and Claiborne ended up picking him off to end the game. So, yeah. So in 1992, he had 11 starts, 30 tackles, 2 interceptions, 9 passes defended, and 1 punt block, and 1 safety. Okay. So the guy was still getting beat. Okay. And I think Jimmy Johnson knew that. So that's why before the 92 season, they went out and got none other than Kevin Smith. Okay. So Issiac Holt was still the starter late in the year. Then Jimmy Johnson made a change, replaced Issiac Holt with Kevin Smith, which Issiac Holt did not agree with. But anyway, the switch was made because the Cowboys, they were getting your hunger faster, okay? And so he became the backup to Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith hurt his shoulder and had to come out for a replay early in the 92 NFC Championship game versus the Philadelphia, yeah, right, against the San Francisco 39ers, okay? So Kevin Smith hurts his shoulder versus the San Francisco 39ers, okay? And they bring in Issiac Holt, okay? San Francisco runs the next play, which is a running play. Then on the next play, Steve Young threw a long pass to Jerry Rice, who beat none other than Issiac Holt. Okay. And so, but the Cowboys called a break because they called holding on Guy McIntyre. So the play did, so Rice's touchdown didn't stand. Okay. So, the Cowboys called a break. And so did Issiac Holt. But I think Jimmy Johnson has seen enough because Kevin Smith was right back in after they had played. Kevin Smith was right back on the field after that play. Okay. So the 93 Heat offseason comes, okay? And so, Lord have mercy. Jimmy Johnson. Michael Irvin once said, you could always tell he was hot when Jimmy Johnson's lower lip was going like. You can always tell Jimmy Johnson's hot, okay? So, offseason comes, okay? And so, the Cowboys were one of the hardest working teams in the NFL. So Issiac Holt had the audacity to question off-season workouts when he asked somebody on the team what workouts could he come to and what workouts could he skip. Okay, Word of this got back to Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson called teams in need of a cornerback. Couldn't find one. Called Issiac Holt into his office and said, "You're cut, son." That's how it happened. And he was signed by the Miami Dolphins, but didn't make it out of training camp. And that was pretty much all we heard of Issiac Holt. And so I think it was over when Kevin Smith took his job late in the 1992 season. It was pretty much over for Issiac Holt. But he had a chance to come back, but he did not. Oh well. All right. That is it. That is all for Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. May God bless you all. See y'all in the next one. I'm out. How about them Cowboys?